All right, this is the First Financial Bank coach's comment. First Financial Bank in Richmond. Go see Beth Beatty either for a new mortgage or if you need to rewrite an existing mortgage. First Financial Bank with Beth Beatty. I'm here with Wes Solar. Wes, it feels good to get the season going.
Yeah, it was, we start a countdown in November when the next season is going to start, and never feels like it's going to get here. But I told the guys afterwards, just all the hard work and all the practices and weight room sessions led to tonight, and it was nice to play a real game against a real opponent.
Yeah. So last year you lost a lot of senior talent and leadership, but really, the guys from last year stepped up. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, we lost 10 seniors who all contributed big time last year, but I felt like we had a good mix of kids with experience and then juniors with 2 years of JV experience on a JV team that only lost one game the last 2 years. So, and those kids tonight looked like they were ready. Blake Waters, it's kind of coming together for him earlier than I imagined, and he had a really good game tonight. He made really good decisions all night. But we got young guys all over that defense. We replaced the entire defensive line. But again, I felt like they were ready, and I can't say enough about the defense tonight. They were stout.
They were stout. I don't think he probably gave up maybe one or two first downs the whole night. So
yeah, and I thought physically and execution wise, we just we kind of established ourselves on the defensive side from the get go.
And it's always fun to get the JV players in there, get some experience, and by golly, they found the end zone a couple of times.
Yeah, and the scrimmage, the JV sessions were a little chaotic, we weren't really, but Coach Barry and Coach Reed have been working with those guys, and we told them at halftime, if the time comes, be ready, and they executed great on both sides of the ball.
All right, big game coming against Tri. We know what happens the last couple of years. What are our thoughts as we go into the Tri game?
Yeah, Coach Tutterow has established a really good program, and they've got good numbers again, and they lost a lot, but they've always got guys back, and I expect them to be really good, and it's not a rebuild, it's a reload for them. So hate that it's a week 2 game, but I'm glad it's at our place this year, and I told the kids, we'll be happy tonight, but tomorrow morning starts our week toward trying to get. They've gotten us the last 2 or 3 times we've played them, so we've owed them. This is one that's always on the calendar because they're always fighting for the conference just like we are. So.
All right, well, good luck. We will have that game next Friday night. It'll be on tape delay. You'll be able to see that on Saturday morning. We'll have that on the Knights Broadcasting Network. So we want to thank Coach Wes Solar, and this has been the First Financial Bank Coach's Comment.
It's Monday night. Welcome to Knightline Live. Tonight it's football, pigskin, pay dirt, the red zone, all that good stuff we think about. I'm Jerry Middleton. Along with me tonight, as usual, is Rick Fletcher. And Rick, in the house, we already have 3 senior football players.
All right, we got 9 seniors. They're all here. They're all in the green room now, getting their powder ready and their hair done. Make sure they look real good when they come on. So that's where they're at right now. But we got these guys right here. We got Ty Killen, Justice Woodall, and Draven Vaughn. Guys, how you doing?
Good.
All right, appreciate. You're not nervous, are you?
No,
you don't look nervous. We're friendly guys, okay? Appreciate y'all coming here. So we're talking football. You guys are seniors, so welcome to the show. And I'm going to start with you, Ty. I got a very simple question. You've been playing football for a long time. Tell us about what are your emotions as you head into your senior year? This is your last go-round. So what are your thoughts and emotions as you head into your senior year?
It's just kind of crazy to think about. It's actually my last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of here. Never thought it would come.
Well, it's not just football, but you're a senior, and that brings a lot of things that you got to be doing to get ready for your senior year. How do you make that mesh? Is that mesh okay, or?
It's a busy schedule, but I get through it.
Yeah. Okay. Justice, you've been playing football for a couple of years. Let me ask you this: you started as a junior. What was the? We're making some adjustments on our audio, Jerry. We're good to go?
Yep.
We have to talk to our engineers after the show here. I'll tell everybody we've had some technical difficulties, but I think we're on here.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Justice, what was the deciding factor after not playing football that as a junior you decided that I want to play football now?
I mean, Mostly just my friends.
Okay.
They push me.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. And, football's a hard sport. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah.
So, you had to take that into consideration, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So now that you're a senior, what are you looking for out of this in your senior season?
Just to win.
Okay, simple as that.
Simple as that.
Do you guys set goals as a team or individuals? How does that work?
Our goals are basically just to hurt people.
Okay, well, aside from that, what's the other goals? What do you got team goals as far as what do you guys want to accomplish?
TEC.
You want to win the TEC? Yeah. Okay. Well, how about sectional? We've never won a sectional title around here in football. What would that mean to you guys if we could win that sectional title?
That would
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
be a lot.
Well, Craven. Let's talk to you. Or it's not Craven, Draven, right? I'm sorry. This is your first year in football.
Yeah, it is.
So I got to ask. Senior year. Have you ever played football before, or is this your first
I've
year?
played flag football. But
Okay, so-
besides that, not really.
All right, so tell me, what were your thoughts as you were coming in? What made you decide that as a senior you wanted to play football for the first time?
I've always just watched the game.
Yeah.
And I thought it's my senior year. I might as well try to play it as well.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the environment and everything. So it's just been a blast so far.
All right. Jerry?
So, what positions do we all play?
I play corner
Corner,
Wide receiver.
wide receiver,
and wide receiver.
and wide receiver. All right. So, defensive, because we got one defensive person and two offensive people. So, defensively, what's your responsibility?
Keep the outside contained and the flats. Make sure no one comes over there and gets the ball.
And if someone gets around you, and I'm sure Coach Halloran will let you know about it.
Oh yeah, he'll lay into me if I need it.
So offensively, what are you guys trying to do? I mean, offensively, obviously you're trying to break your defender down, but different route patterns and so forth. I'm sure we got super speed here, a lot of wheels on you too. Are you guys streakers down the field and catch? Or are we running, put the moves on and
We definitely need those moves.
gotta have the moves, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Speed. You got to have speed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as a wide receiver, you need speed. So we got a new quarterback this year. Blake Waters stepped in. I know
Yeah.
on Friday night he did a great job. What kind of work do you guys do as wide receivers to come in to get that chemistry going with Blake?
Just a lot of work.
A lot of work. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right?
We do a lot of circuits and everything, just lots of passes and routes, different routes to help him know when to pass it and for us to get better at catching it too.
All right, you got a big game this week against Tri. All right, we know what's happened with Tri the last couple of years. What are our thoughts? I'm going to say to you, Ty, what are your thoughts going into the Tri game?
That's not going to happen this year.
All right. What about the rest of you guys? Any thoughts? They're a good team. I mean, they've been very competitive the last couple of years. They handed it to us, so this will be a home game. So any thoughts as we go into the Tri game?
Just to win.
Yeah. Come out, lay it out on the field.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was Ty Killen, Justice Woodall, and Draven Vaughn. Okay. Appreciate you guys coming on. Jerry, we're going to take a break. We're going to hear from our Gold Level sponsors. You're watching Knightline, and it's senior football night, and we are live.
At Kate's Family Eye Care, we value a family-friendly atmosphere, offering high-quality eye exams. Our expert staff utilizes the latest techniques in eye care. We have a large selection of affordable glasses that are unique to our area. We are proud supporters of the Northeastern Knights and wish all the teams the best of luck.
Go Knights!
13,000 feet has a way of testing a man's soul. After all, you were never meant to take on such an endeavor. That long drop is what separates human from superhuman. That fear is the only enemy, the only thing keeping you from feeling that power in your bones. And here we are, right here, right Now, let's fly.
You're good at motivation, we're good at your insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
KOA exit 151A, registration and the general store. It's a family-owned campground with pull-through parking for RVs or travel trailers with full hookups. Rent a cabin. Relax at one of the fire pits or picnic by the pond. A playground for the kids, or get in around the golf before dinner. Take a water-soaking hayride, lay out by the pool, and then take a dip.
Do you have a big event coming up soon? Dejo Photos has you covered. Check us out on Facebook. We are professional photographers who strive to capture all of your special moments, such as family portraits, senior photos, live action sports, graduations, and so much more. If you don't think photos are important, wait until they are all you have left. Contact us via email at info@dejophotos.com or call us at 765-277-0047. Dejo Photos, capturing memories one photo at a time.
And we're back on Knightline Live. It's Monday, and it's football all night tonight. I'm Jerry Middleton, and with me is Rick Fletcher. And Rick, we've got two more senior football players.
All right, I'd like to introduce you to Michael Henderson and Nate Isaacs. Fellas, how you doing?
Good, sir.
All right. Now, Michael, we came to know you as a wrestler. All right. You've had some success in wrestling. You started playing football last year as a junior.
Yep.
What was the impetus for you to start playing football, other than the fact that probably everybody was harassing you? So let's hear it from you.
Pretty much just the harassment was the main thing. Really, the only reason I still play it is because of the harassment. Mostly.
Okay. Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
enjoying? Okay, so this is a fun thing then, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're a defensive lineman
Yep. Nose
right
tackle.
now. So what's your job? If you were to explain to somebody that I'm a defensive lineman, what do I have to do? Tell us what your job is.
My goal is I line up across the center, and I'm supposed to stuff the gaps on either side, make sure no running back can get through.
Let me ask you. I know you've had success in wrestling. So is there anything that can translate from wrestling to football, or maybe the other way, from football to wrestling?
Tons. Like huge parts of each sport both coincide with each other.
All right.
Definitely.
Such as what?
Tackling, the general athleticism.
Right.
Pretty much any good football player could come wrestle and they'd do good.
Yeah, so quickness is a big thing of that. You got to be quick in wrestling, and in your position on the defensive line, quickness is in my opinion, underrated. So
Agreed.
All right, Nate, tell us what position you play.
Left tackle on the O-line.
All right, so you're not the biggest guy in the world.
No,
I'm not going to ask you your stats here, but I've noticed, we've seen some offensive tackles and they tend to get big.
Yeah.
So how do you adjust to that? Okay, because you're probably looking across the line, Nate, and seeing some guys that are pretty big. How do you make that adjustment?
Just have fast feet and stay in front of them.
All right, simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and how do you get to that point? Is it working in practice or?
A lot of work and practice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So as a senior, you've been playing forever.
Yeah.
Been playing a long time. All right. As you gear up for your senior year, and I said this to the other guys, what are your emotions as you head into the season here? This is going to be your last chance to play high school football at Northeastern. You've been seeing a lot of ups and a lot of downs. It's
Yeah.
been all over the map. All right. We think maybe we could have a decent chance this year. So tell me your emotions as you head into your senior season.
It's just crazy senior season's here.
Huh?
Just go out and give it all.
Okay. So, Jerry?
So in the Union County game, just my observation was the fact that the defensive line got a lot of penetration into the offensive backfield of Union County, which really threw them off that they couldn't do anything. And the quarterback had a very difficult time when he had to scramble. There was always 2 or 3 guys putting the chase on him, and they really couldn't get a running game going. What's your thoughts on that?
I think honestly, our D-line was good last year, and I think it's definitely carried over this year too. We've got a lot of big dudes on defense. Jesse Buckler is going to be at 3 Tech here pretty soon, and we've got Cam Crawford and myself, and our defensive line is just ginormous. We've got a lot of really big guys, and I think that it kind of throws off a lot of offensive linemen.
And then on the offensive side, I felt that the offensive line opened up some holes that you could drive a flipping tank through down at Union County. I mean, there's one time you just spread it open, and I forget who was running. It might have been, I think it was Zane Snyder. I mean, he could have walked through that and nobody touched him. It was amazing how much that you're blowing the lines open and so forth. What's your thoughts about getting that penetration out and giving that running back that big wide open running room?
Just moving your feet, getting to the right spot, being quick.
Well, I think the offensive line is a huge unsung hero because there's no real stats. The defensive guys get tackles, they get different things. Again, offensive line, you get nothing. You're opening holes and so forth. So, and I said at the beginning of the year, as goes our offensive line, will go the team. Defensively, I think we're going to be super strong. Offensively, I think we're going to be really good too. But it's a lot easier to score 7 points and give up 0 and win ball games than it is to have to score 20, 21, stuff like that. What's your thoughts on that part of it? Defensively, offensively, having the score, holding the score down.
I think, honestly, our defense is going to be fantastic. I don't think that it's going to be a matter of our offense being able to keep up with the other team's offense. I think that our defense is going to have a lot of stops this year, even over a lot of strong offenses. We've got monsters at linebacker like Connor and Zane and Colson Pennington and all these guys. I really don't think that anyone's offense is going to.
You guys have last year lost a lot of seniors, and a lot, not only just seniors, but a lot of senior talent too. A new quarterback this year. A lot of those guys who are sophomores, last freshmen and sophomores from last year, are now coming in and playing key roles. What do you, as a senior, how do you help them adjust to that? Nate, you've been around for a while. You've played on varsity. So how do you have a role as a senior to help them adjust to the varsity level?
We try to work as a team. Yeah, seniors have roles, but we'll just pay attention and practice and do as you're told.
Okay. And you guys set the tone.
Try to.
I mean, you're the leaders now, okay? Last year you had, the Calvin Burholters of the world and the Carson Terrells among all the other seniors. Now you guys step into that role there. Did you learn anything from the outgoing seniors, Michael?
Honestly, yeah, Calvin, I feel, helped me a lot in practice. Mostly with physicality. I feel like up until maybe super late in the year last year, I wasn't physical or violent enough. But this year, I feel like I've been working on that a lot.
All right.
I got one question here. Now, do we have anybody on the O-line or the D-line playing both ways?
We've got one guy, and he subs in and out. Defensive end Thaneberger, and sometimes Tucker Shoemaker goes in at 3 Tech.
Now, to me, if your offensive defensive line didn't play in both ways, that makes life really good for the O-line and D-line. Any thoughts on that?
No.
If you're playing both ways, would that impact you late in the ball game?
I mean, honestly, I feel like our conditioning is pretty top-notch in comparison to a lot of other programs. So I feel like even if we did have a lot of guys playing both ways, I feel like we'd be able to keep up with it.
All right. Fair enough answer.
You guys excited for your senior year?
Yep.
Yeah.
You should be competitive. All right. You got some big games coming up. All right. By the way, Jerry, we will have that game Friday night on the Knights Broadcasting Network.
Yeah.
It'll be our first live stream of football. It'll be tape delay, so you'll be able to see that on Saturday morning. So What do we always say, Jerry?
Get to the game.
Get to the game. Show these guys support. They need to see you. The replay that's how you watch the game. That's why we live stream the game, so y'all can watch the replay later. Fellas, appreciate it. Good luck. Maybe we'll talk to you at some point during the season. Before, I know wrestling's not in yet, but I'm sure you're going to wrestle, right?
Yeah.
Good luck to wrestling, and
Thank you.
we'll look forward to that. Let's take a break.
Hey, we'll be back in just a few minutes. You're watching Knightline Live.
Coming together every day to make a difference for you, for me, and everyone in between. Because at Dot Foods, when we celebrate each other's differences and work together to make the community a better place, we become great together. At Dot Foods, what matters to you matters to us, where communities matter. Dot Foods.
Dreaming of having more space? With a mortgage from First Financial, you're golden. We keep things simple with friendly, personalized service from application to closing. We'll help you find the right mortgage loan to fit your unique needs. Plus, you can qualify for relationship pricing with an eligible checking account. And since we live in the communities we serve, you can count on our local knowledge to make sure the pieces fall into place for an on-time closing. So stop dreaming and start moving with First Financial Bank.
Harmon sheds are custom built to your specifications and needs. But wait, there's more. Harmon sheds build privacy fences, decks for your pool, beautifully designed decks for all around your home, and detached pavilions. Let Joe and the crew do all the work, so all you need to do is relax. Welcome back to Knightline Live. I'm Jerry Middleton, and as usual, Rick Fletcher's with us. And Rick, we've brought in the line now.
Well, we got the big guys here. You know, it's always football season doesn't start until you talk to the big guys here. So we've got Jesse Buckler and Toby Shoemaker. I was an offensive tackle in my day, so I know what it feels like to work in the trenches. All right, Jesse, I'm going to talk to you since you're sitting right next to me. You're a senior this year,
Yes,
but
sir.
you're coming back after taking some time off. What went into the decision for you to come back and play some football?
It's my senior year. I think I'd really enjoy it. Last one time to hang out with my friends.
Okay.
You know, be a kid.
All right. So what position are you playing this year?
3 technique on defense.
And what is that? Explain to the
So,
people.
3 technique lines up. Well, it depends on where the strength is, but B gap.
Okay.
So the
defensive lineman there.
yeah, the left or right of the guard, depending on which side they're on.
All right. Is that something somebody will make a call on defense, and that's where you're going to line up? Or
Yeah, it's the strength of the running back.
Okay. All right. And that's something you, as a defensive lineman, you would know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Tucker. Offense doesn't start until you touch the ball and hike it, okay?
Yep.
So now you're a senior, and I've asked these other guys, I want to know, as you approach your senior year with all the crazy things that go on in senior year, and there's a lot. If it hasn't already started, it will, okay? But with all the things, okay, what are your thoughts as you head into the final year of your football season as we go forward?
I'm excited. I'm excited to play. I mean, that's really it. I just want to play football.
Okay. What you guys? Again, you alluded to that. What are your prospects? What are you going game by game? You look at the whole season at once here. How does that work, Jesse? Is it
Week by week?
Week by week. All right.
Yeah.
So we got a
You
game.
see their strengths and their weaknesses on the other side of that ball, and we usually as a team work on that stuff that week. See what we can do on Friday night.
you guys don't just show up on Friday night and play. There's a lot of preparation.
Absolutely.
Tucker, explain to us some of the preparation that goes into preparing for a game, from film study to practice and so on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you gotta watch a lot of film. You gotta know if they're gonna line up like this, what player they're gonna run. Paying attention in practice, giving it your all in practice. If you're not gonna go hard in practice, then you're not gonna play Friday. There's no reason.
Right.
I mean, you gotta stay focused. You gotta stay locked in, just to prepare for the game.
Yeah, I've always thought, and I've said this throughout, sports and stuff. You're gonna play like you practice.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't practice well, you're not gonna play well.
Right.
And so it's very important. It's not just showing up on Friday night. Now the lights are on, and the game's on. It's you got to prepare to play that game. So,
Tucker, question: do you long snap also?
No.
You're not the long snapper.
Nope.
Are you happy about that?
I actually kind of am. I get a little break.
Well, I wondered about that because I was watching down in Union County. I was sitting in the end zone looking down, and I turned to Mr. Keesley and I said, "So, who's the center?" I said, "He's taking up a lot of room out there." And he told us, I said, and it's hard to tell because I can't tell who anybody is from that distance, especially if I haven't seen the numbers this year and so forth. But I thought you did a great job with that. I was just wondering if you were doing long snaps also. I forgot to pay attention with that. Big difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doing that, how you got to spin the ball
Yeah,
back.
I'm not the one that long. Eli's the one that long snaps.
Oh, Eli long snaps?
Yeah, I don't long snap.
We're gonna talk to Eli here.
They want the small guy up there so he can run down the field.
So you can run down.
As a lineman, offense and defense, it's kind of the grunt position. No one's seeing, there goes Tucker Shoemaker for an 89-yard score.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't happen. You guys are, on offense, you're setting the blocks so the other guy can get the glory.
Yeah, we don't get the glory through like the internet and stuff, but we sure get thank notes from wide receivers and quarterbacks. They're very thankful.
Yeah.
Which I don't think all teams are like that, but
yeah. So you got to protect your quarterback.
So you do get notes saying that, hey, thanks for.
Yeah, I mean, it's always.
Really?
I mean, Eli's always. We love the fat boys. That's what he says. And I mean, Blake's always telling us, I mean, great blocking, guys. Thank you. I mean, we don't ever leave a game where people are looking down on us. Because I mean, without us, you guys wouldn't be making plays.
Well, that's great. I like that. It puts a little bit of fun into it and some thanks. Because I mean, the guys in the trenches never get that notoriety.
And let me tell you, I love the term fat boys. It's a mentality, okay? And it's a term of endearment, okay? We just had Nate Isaacs on here. He's a, 5'9", maybe 180, something like that.
Looks about 5'5".
Yeah, whatever he is, okay? He's not the biggest guy in the world playing offensive tackle, not your typical, but
he's had armpit hair since he was 12.
Not that we want to get into anybody's personal life, but it's always good to know. But honestly, it's a mentality. Playing offensive line is a different animal. You're not going to hear your name over the loudspeaker. There's Shoemaker with the block on the linebacker or whatever. Okay, but you'll find that most good teams, if you have they'll have a good offensive line because that's exactly where it all starts.
Yeah. And it's part of being the team aspect.
Right.
Like it's not Eli made the touchdown. I mean, he made the touchdown, but Eli be sure to thank us. And I wouldn't have been able to do this without you guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty special. That means that shows you have a special team, a special season. If you have this going on, it's like the volleyball has their sisterhood.
Yeah.
Going on, and you guys are sort of in the same situation here, so it's wonderful. It's a good thing.
So let me ask you guys, both of you guys, do you feel like you want to contribute to leaving a legacy? Your seniors, this will be your last year. Whatever you accomplish as far as wins, losses, championships, whatever you're going to accomplish. But do you feel like, hey, you want to leave the program in a good place? Do you feel like mentoring, like the younger guys, the freshmen, sophomores that come up? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we do the best we can to lead our team.
Yeah.
With us 9 seniors, but you got to look back at Oler. Oler's the best coach I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the program in his hands, we'll be fine for a while.
Okay. And how about you, Jess? Talk about, as an upperclassman, you guys are at the top of the chain, not at the bottom of the chain anymore. Do you feel like an obligation to mentor the younger guys? This is how we do it around here.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, looking at those older guys that have left and, how they mentor us. It's kind of we're learning the ropes of the last seniors, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of roping them in and, teaching them the ways.
You got over 50 players on the roster. I noticed that's pretty good numbers for a school this size. I mean, that says something right there. So, anyways, fellas, what do we think? Wish them good luck.
Absolutely, and I thought when I watched the game down there that this could be a very special team, because I liked how the movement without the ball, that everybody was doing their job, creating holes, clogging holes, and so like that. So I think this group could be very, very special.
You guys feeling the same thing? I mean, you played a great game on defense. I don't think we let up maybe 1 or 2 first downs, though. Especially when the varsity was in there.
Yeah.
The JV's got a chance to play, and they put a couple scores in. That always helps. The competition's going to be stiff coming up. We've got some big games ahead of us here. But like you said, it's one game at a time. What's it going to take, Tuck, to win that first sectional? There's some big teams in our sectional. You got Heritage Christian. We all know how that went last year. You got LaPel, who actually won the sectional. What do we think it's going to take for a team over here in the cornfields of Fountain City to finally get off this nut?
It's going to take a lot of work. I think we could be able to pull it off. Everybody's got to be locked in. There's no horsing around, no nothing. I mean, everybody's got to want it.
We got to want it.
Yeah, you got to be able to want it.
All right, guys. Good luck. We can't wait to see you again on Friday night. All right, we'll be hopefully maybe we'll talk to you again. All right, that was Jesse Buckler and Tucker Shoemaker. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thank you, Rick.
Jerry.
Hey, we'll be back with 2 more seniors, and you're watching Knightline Live.
This is Rick Fletcher. When my car needs repair, I take it to 715 Simharjan Parkway in Richmond, home of Knuckle Busters. With their ASE certified technicians, why would you go anyplace else? They repair domestic and imports, air conditioners to Z-bars. Knuckle Busters Auto Repair. Call 765-488-1470 and tell them to go Knights!
Are you being bugged about your floral needs? The Leaning Lily, 927 South 9th, is a full-service florist with lots of great gift ideas like wind chimes, potted plants, hanging baskets, teddy bears, and much, much more. Convenient delivery available to residential, the hospital, and local funeral homes. The Leaning Lily has bouquets to say, I love you, to weddings to say, I do. The Leaning Lily, we have you covered.
Hey there, my name is Gibson, and I would love to invite you to LifeSpring Students. That's our youth group at LifeSpring Church, which is just south of Northeastern on 27, and we meet from 7 to 8:30 on most Thursdays, but the doors open at 6:30. It's a great way to get to know more about God, meet some friends, as well as get to know about yourself some more as well. Plus, it's a lot of fun. We usually have some basketball and dodgeball, along with some other activities. And if you want to know more, check out lifespring.tv/students.
Martin's Country Mart, US 27 Fountain City. Swing in and grab a coffee or a frazzle. Maybe a fountain drink at Martin's Country Mart. We also have all your favorite snacks, bottled drinks, and of course, sweet bakery items. Plenty of accessories for dinner. And don't forget, The grill menu, covering breakfast, lunch, dinner, and of course, the kids' favorite, pizza. Martin's Country Mart, Fountain City. Welcome back to Knightline Live. We got our final two seniors. Again, I'm Jerry Middleton and Rick Fletcher. Rick, who's our last two seniors here?
Well, we have a couple of guys we've known for quite a while, Eli Hemmelgarn and Connor Archie. Guys, appreciate you coming. So a lot of these are going to be familiar things. I really want to hear from you guys and what you have to say. Eli, let me start with you. I call you Mr. Everything. All right, and here's why I say that. You might line up in the slot, you might play a little defense, you're going to be returning kicks, which is a very difficult job, by the way, returning punts. Probably one of the most difficult things to do out there. So what do you try to do to maximize your skills to help your team?
So whatever I can do is what I want to do to help everybody. So like if somebody needs a break and I can play that position, I want to be able to do that for them so I can't get a break. It's just fair always.
If we need an offensive tackle, you're willing to do it.
I'm willing. I know the spot.
And I believe you. And I honestly, I believe you're telling me the truth there. You'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then the thing about returning punts is my partner that I have back there with me, Creech.
Yeah.
Like makes my life so much easier so I don't get killed. He's willing to take that first hit for me and lay it for me.
Okay.
So it gives me time to read the field.
I mean, punt returning, especially for a high school kid, it's not an easy job. If a guy gets it up in the air to catch the ball, you got to know where the defense is so you don't get clocked.
Well, and I also have to think, I want to bring this up, that at a lot of the high schools, the ball goes above the lights.
Yeah.
And it's tough to pick up. Now, Union County put new lights in down there. How was that? I mean, those were... Yeah, I mean, it looked like the place was lit up great.
I thought it was excellent. Connor, what do you think?
I mean, I'm playing linebacker, watching that punt go over my head. I could see it pretty much all the way down. It was bright.
And if you looked at it before the ball game, you looked at them like, what the heck is those are going to do? And then they actually had lights shining up so you could shine underneath the ball so you could see it.
Yeah.
I just wondered if it made that difference out there after they told us about that.
Yeah, it did. It felt like it was daytime, honestly. Yeah. I mean, everywhere around us was dark, but on the field it was bright.
It was very bright.
So it helps to have good lights.
It does.
All right, Connor, you've been around for a while.
Yeah.
All right, now you're heading into your senior year with all the stuff that goes along with that. All right. First of all, tell us what position. You play both ways most of the time. Tell us your position.
I play slot receiver on offense and linebacker on defense.
Yeah, okay, so as a receiver, both of you guys are going to catch the ball. You know, you get your fair share of attempts. Got a new quarterback this year. How has that adjustment been going to Blake Waters this year as your new quarterback?
Oh, I love it. I mean, he's an athlete. I mean, he can wing a ball.
Yeah.
He's got that baseball arm, and he just puts it on you. I mean, there's at Union County, I had that one of them 10-yard outs, and I saw that ball, and it was just on me as soon as I turned.
So has it, Eli, adjusting to you had Carson for, quite a few years there. Has there been an adjustment? Did you guys work on that this summer, going through your summer program, to adjusting to a new quarterback?
Me and Blake did a lot of extra stuff. Like we went to Erlen personally on our own time, and we threw a lot. We came into the field and threw. It's just a lot of one-on-one stuff with each other so we can get timing down. And Connor's just a little bit faster than me. So Blake knows when Connor's running, he knows he has to put it there just a little bit faster.
Okay, all right. All right, I'm going to ask you, because you do play a lot of offense and defense. What do you like better, offense or defense?
Oh, I mean, there's nothing better than hearing your name over the announcement for getting a touchdown. But man, when you get a sack in the backfield and you just stand up and you hear sack for loss, and then Halloran, he's going crazy over there. I don't know. I think defense is probably my personal favorite. That's what I started out with freshman year.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I mean, I think if I remember back, at least as a sophomore, you played a lot or started, right?
Yeah, I started all of sophomore year, and then I started the last 2 games of freshman year as well.
Yeah. And Eli, since you're sophomore, you've at least been plugged in quite a bit.
Yeah.
Last year, this year, full-time playing. So you guys bring plenty of experience. Eli, does having that experience on the varsity level, because you lost a lot of talent last year, a lot of senior leadership, has that helped as far as being able to prepare the guys who are playing first-time varsity this year?
So I think the biggest thing is like we had such great role models from our freshman year all the way to our junior year, and we just knew what we had to do to help the younger kids. Like Blake, in my opinion, I feel like it was my role to like make sure he stayed calm even when times are going to get hard.
Right. And you're going to have some adversity.
Yeah.
You're going to throw a pick to the linebacker like he did. All right. Stuff happens, right, on the football field. So, Connor, I'll ask you that kind of the similar question. Do you feel a sense of you want to leave a legacy? You want to leave Northeastern football in a good spot, knowing that they have good years ahead? Is that something that you see as your role?
Yeah, I mean, especially with defense. I mean, playing that position freshman year, Josh Johnson, he was a senior my freshman year. He helped me tremendously. I mean, everything. He was teaching me and just going through stuff. And then, I mean, sophomore year, starting that spot, working for it, and getting it over to senior made me feel great. And so I've known all the linebacker spots. I know our coverages. And so I just do as much as I can to make sure those guys younger than me know that too.
Okay.
Well, I think that's an important thing when we're talking about any sport, is if you go in or your teammates go in knowing what they're supposed to do, what is expected of them, and are doing that, then you can get away from the basics and start getting into fine-tuning.
Yeah.
And when you're able to fine-tune is when you have that special season.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps.
So, Eli, I follow you on Facebook, I think, or wherever your social media is. Maybe it's your mom. I can't remember. Somebody from the Himmelgarn clan. Okay, you were at some camps this summer. Talk about what some of the things you experienced.
So every camp I go to, it's individual by like position. So like the team Indiana camp, basically, we'll say that we were in this indoor arena, and it was 4 different fields, and they like put us in different groups, and we ran one-on-ones at receivers, running backs against linebackers. It was just a lot of fun. I took Blake up there with me actually, and that's how we got like better in competition and stuff like that, because they're bigger kids and faster and stronger, but you just learn what to do moveset wise, and you can get open, and it helps. Lucas Oil 7-on-7. I went and did that twice.
At Lucas Oil Stadium?
At Lucas Oil Stadium.
What was that? It had to have been a lot of fun to do.
That was fun, but it was a little difficult because when you go up there, you have to have like a team, and we didn't know that, so I got put on this random team, and it was just hard because you're not getting the ball thrown to you. You're just not getting the ball thrown to you, so you feel like you're doing nothing up there. But then all it takes is that one play, you make something happen, and then you're just getting the ball the whole time and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, both of you guys have good hands. It looks like, based on what I saw last Friday night against Union County, you got a quarterback that's going to be able to get it to you. Okay, so, and it looks like that's what, on offense, it looks like Coach Ola wants to be balanced. Is that kind of what we're thinking, Connor?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of different plays, and I mean, the different plays, Blake's got to look left to right, right to left. He's got certain people he throws to on certain plays, and he's got to have that memorized, and it evens out our offense pretty well.
Yeah, and plus you had, pretty good running attack on Friday night. Let's hope it goes forward. We don't know,
I think the biggest thing for that was our O-line. We were having troubles all summer, agree?
Oh, yeah.
And then Friday night it came, and they just clicked. Everything was just boom, boom, boom. And then Tucker, he leads the O-line because he's center.
Right.
You got Nate playing tackle, who's varsity. Caleb Cohe at the other tackle.
Right. His first year as a starter.
Yeah. It's very impressive, but he's doing his job very well.
Yeah. Well, and again, you get these young guys. I noticed both on offense and defense. Someone had to replace those guys who were here last year, right?
Yeah.
It looks like you found some guys that, can perform pretty well. So, anyways.
Well, Rick, I'll tell you, before Connor came out here, the guys were giving him a hard time about his due. you know. And you know, so I'm thinking about calling Procter and Gamble.
Yeah.
And see if I
Do
can
they still do Prel?
and see if I could get him a shampoo situation, and that'd be a new sponsor for us.
Oh, that'd be fabulous.
Right there.
And there's Connor Archie shampooing the hair.
Yeah.
It'll be
It
great.
looked like, what was it, Palmieri from
don't
Pittsburgh?
know.
Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there you go. Endorsed by.
Oh, yeah.
Connor Archie endorsed by.
Jerry, I think you're on to something there. Okay?
I'm on it.
Okay, now you and I aren't going to be in those commercials. They
No.
won't be calling us, but I can see that Connor. Look at him; he's the man right there. So
Oh, there it is, right there.
He'll be
There's
the
the
guy.
there's the hair flip, and he's on it. So
Well, we want to wish you guys the best.
Yes.
You know, I really appreciate this. Has been a lot of fun having you guys on here. We're homers. We pull for you.
Thank you.
We absolutely want you to do well. Maybe we could take that heartbreaking loss we had last year at the end of the season.
It's
and
definitely personal.
Yeah, just kind of carry that over to see if we can maybe do something about it. Looks like you've got a lot of guys who were young last year who've stepped in, and you know it's not easy to do. You know it's difficult to do, but you guys are seniors. You guys are going to be the leaders. All right. So if you're going to get where you're going to go, where you want to go, it's going to be guys like you. Both of you guys are going to lead you there. So I'm going to wish you all the best in that right there.
I think the Noah Ammerman thing, everybody was worried that we weren't gonna have the speed.
Yeah.
But Creech, I think, filled that role excellent. And then
Yeah.
you still got Logan White on my side, and he's
Yeah.
route running.
Logan's
good.
got some speed,
Yep.
and he knows how to catch the ball.
He's got some hops.
He does.
One
he can
thing
jump.
about high school football or high school sports is everybody loses something.
Yeah.
It's just how well you refill those shoes.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
All right, we'll look forward to see you Friday night against Tri High. You know they're going to be tough. All right,
Yep.
we
Yeah.
already know they do a good job with their team down there, and you know they're going to come in here ready to go, and you guys are going to have to match that. And we'll see what happens on Friday night. We'll wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Jerry. Well, thanks for these guys.
yeah, thanks for joining us out here in the palatial estate that we call the pot. And we'll be back with Rick and me. We'll wrap things up. And you're watching Knightline Live. You've had a hard day at work, and all you want to do is sit in your lounge chair in the nice cool air? Then it hits. The AC's not working. The living room feels like the Sahara Desert. Call Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. In just a short time, it'll be nice and cool. And then all you'll need is a sign that says, "No penguins allowed." Call 765-966-0994. Reynolds Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Proud sponsors of the Knights. Did someone say boom, baby? Call Scoretti Pyrotechnics at 765-977-2757. Scoretti Pyrotechnics has performances for birthdays, weddings, school athletic events, other occasions, and of course, the 4th of July. Scoretti Pyrotechnics are proud supporters of Knights Athletics. Boom, baby! Smith, McQuiston, and Webster Funeral Home has proudly served the Fountain City area since 1886. From the time you walk up the steps, Funeral Director Keith Webster's goal is to carry forward the legacy of personal service established by the Smith and McQuiston families. Using modern technology and good old-fashioned attention to detail, we will strive to earn your confidence in us by treating families the way we think we would want to be treated. Smith, McQuiston, Webster Funeral Home. Rick, thank goodness somebody called timeout because I am hungry.
I'm starved, Jerry. Hey, with 3 different Richmond locations and 1 in Hagerstown, there's a Subway sandwich shop near you.
And you can always order off the app for curbside pickup. The drive-thru's always open, and the way that I prefer it, I just like to walk in.
Here's your sub.
Listen, Subway, eat fresh.
Go Knights!
It's a whole new way to watch the WCTV family of stations. Live, local broadcast television anytime on any device, including your phone, computer, or television. Whether you're on the couch or on the go, simply launch the local BTV app and you'll instantly be able to watch all 3 of our channels: WCTV, WETV, and WGTV. Go to localbtv.com or download the free Local BTV app for your iPhone, Android, Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. Watch what's happening in our community on Whitewater Community Television.
Welcome back to Knightline Live when we're wrapping things up here. Rick, Friday night, Tri-High Titans invade the Night Dome.
And we remember what happened last year.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a total
thrashing.
There's
Let's call it what it is.
There was no other way to describe that. But I will say, and looking back last year, after that game, the Knights picked it up and total turnaround.
Complete turnaround, and kudos to the coaching staff
Absolutely.
and to the players last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have easily walked over and hit that handle and down the drain it goes, but no, they picked things up. It was very good.
Yeah, and I think the guys this year, you kind of get a sense that they remember that game from last year.
Absolutely.
They didn't play well.
No.
Okay? They didn't play well. A lot of those guys that we had tonight were actually in that game. Credit to Tri. They were a great team. I mean, they were.
Oh, absolutely. They were very good. Running back was a stud.
Yeah,
I mean, he could really play. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Plenty of seats available.
Yeah.
And we want you here.
Yeah, be here.
And we're going to have, Fletcher and Fletcher broadcasting the game. It'll be Rick and his son Nate. And Nate played here a few years ago.
He did.
And so they'll be doing the ball game. And then my understanding is that we'll be tape delayed, and at 10 o'clock on Saturday,
you'll be able to watch it. Yeah. So really, we want you to come to the games anyways, no matter if they're live or tape delay. We really want you to come to the games because, these kids deserve your support. It's
Absolutely.
a lot of fun. So come on out to the football field. The weather should be decent.
Yes.
Weather should be nice, especially this time of year. So come on out. You can watch the replay later, and enjoy the game, enjoy the camaraderie. Cheer for these guys. Jerry, say a little bit about this year's team. They lost a lot. We've said this a lot. They've lost a lot of talent, a lot of leadership. But they have a lot coming back too. It appears,
Absolutely.
especially after Friday night. Now, it's hard to tell. First game, it was Union County's first game, so who knows how that's going to turn out for them. But they pretty much were able to do just about what they wanted to do.
Yes.
You always wondered at the quarterback position, one of the most important positions. I will say this: it looks like Blake Waters can throw the ball.
Well, he can sling the pigskin.
Yeah, he can absolutely do it. They got some guys who can catch it. A couple of them are sat here tonight, Eli and Connor. They're going to be involved in that. We mentioned some other guys like Colton Creech and Logan White coming back. So the cupboard is not bare.
Nope.
Lost a lot last year, but definitely have some talent coming back. It should be a fun, an exciting season. So come on out and get to the field and cheer these guys on.
Well, also, we need to volleyball real quick. Volleyball played Union City last Thursday, and that game was on the Knights Broadcasting Network.
Mm-hmm.
And the Knights win 3-0, and the JV won 2-0, and the JV looked pretty doggone good.
Well, you can see there's some talent there, especially on JV. It's raw, but that's what JV volleyball is for, is you learn some skills. But definitely they get some talented freshmen that are coming up that are going to be prepared. I'm going to say this, Jerry, we're young in the season with volleyball, and you and I, we've said this over the years, we're volleyball junkies. We love volleyball. This team right here, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but there's something going on with this team that could be a special team.
And I agree. And if you're watching tonight and you did not see episode 1 where we had the volleyball girls seniors on, you need to watch that.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a
fantastic.
great show, and I'm with you, Rick. I think volleyball is going to have a good season, and it could be a great season.
Now their sectional is going to be, you're going to have Hagerstown and Union County is going to be in there, and
Yeah.
they're always tough. And who knows? There's always a dark horse out there somewhere.
Well, I mean, last year, let's face it, last year we were probably the third or fourth pick to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And played right at the right time.
Yeah, came out of nowhere,
Yeah.
but you could see that progression last year that they made throughout the season. No surprises this year for volleyball.
Nope.
They're not
Nope.
sneaking up on
Nope.
anybody. They've got the target on their back this
Right.
year, and I think they know that, and I think they're mature enough to be able to accept that role and come out and do what they have to do. We're going to see. We got games coming up. A lot of games coming up.
A lot of games coming up, and they'll be able to watch all those on the Knights Broadcasting Network. Again, we encourage you to go to the game because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And then go home and get your pizza and watch the replay.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, should be a fun fall.
Yeah.
We haven't touched on cross country or tennis
Yeah.
or we'll get to those teams as we go along. Right now, Jerry, like to inform everybody what we're trying to do in our first probably 5 shows is get the seniors on.
Yeah.
Give them an opportunity, just like we did tonight with the football guys. Last week it was volleyball. Next week I think we're doing cheerlead. I have to check my notes, so maybe I think we'll have some cheerleaders on. Maybe girls golf. Bring the seniors on. Eventually we'll have the cross country and the tennis, guys and gals on. The seniors. Give them an opportunity to come on here and we can chat with them about their goals and aspirations and dreams, because as a senior, this is a big year for you.
Absolutely.
You're playing a sport, okay, and some of them play multiple sports, okay, but you're playing a sport, and you got all that senior stuff that's going on, for your future and getting ready for what you're going to do after.
Well, I think we got one quick announcement for everybody who watches March Madness. I guess the first lady of March Madness, Sister Jean from Chicago Loyola, and we've all seen her on TV.
We have.
At that, she turned, get this, Rick, 104 years old today.
Oh my goodness! She's still gonna go to the games though.
And she still go to the games.
Why not?
Why not? She's young.
Yeah,
just like us.
Yeah. She could. They'll probably give her the best seat in the house. So.
Rick, 104 years old.
We got a ways to go.
I've got 104. I've got 42 years ago. I don't know.
We're not thinking that far ahead.
Oh no, we're not. Well, I think that's going to be a wrap. We've been right about an hour.
Yeah, so it was a good show.
Yeah.
We'll be back again next week, hopefully, and we'll talk to some more seniors, and we'll look forward to that.
Oh, quick shout out though. If you know anybody who wants to help with the producing the shows, different things like that, get in contact with us because we can sure use some help.
Here's what. Let me say this, Jerry. We're in need of camera operators. Definitely need some camera operators, and we need someone who's willing to run our computer. Right now, that's Blake Hampton. He's a senior this year, so we're going to lose him. He's got stuff going on in his life, but without these people, we can't do this.
No,
right?
we can't.
And the last thing we want to do is cancel an event because we don't have enough people to run the camera or run the computer or that type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not hard. We'll show you how to do it. We have a lot of fun with this. So please, if you're a kid or if you're an adult, if you can help us, we need your help. So I'll leave it at that. You can call us. Go to our Facebook page. You can send a message there, or you got my number. I've posted it on there many times. Contact Jerry. Contact Steve Luby. Get a hold of us, and because we definitely need your help. So.
Well, I think it's time for night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Well, for Rick Fletcher, I'm Jerry Middleton, and you know what? It's been another good night.